I send you to school for 5 years and you're going to plumbing?
Parents, we need to stop choosing careers for our children.
They know exactly what the society requires.
Rise up, take your position. Rise up, make that decision. God will provide all your needs. He wants you to succeed. Have faith of a mustard seed. Get up on your feet. Rise up.
Welcome to the Drexel Seamer Show. It's been more than 40 years, actually. I graduated from high school, the Pierson High School, now the Marjorie Basden, in 1985. And this is such a rewarding show for me today because I've been able to reunite with some of my teachers. We have Mr. Das, Dr. Carlton Mills through Zoom, and then here we have Ms. Blythe Clare, we have Mrs. Myrtle Mills, and Mr. Oliver Mills. They were some of our teachers who have made a difference in our lives. No matter how we felt about them at that time, we didn't know any better. We're just being children. But when we look back 40 years now, we are so grateful, we're so thankful for them being part of our lives. Thank you to our teachers. Thank you to Pierson High School, now the Marjorie Basden High School. Thank you for having that institution of learning for us. Thank you so much. That's very good, very rewarding. Dr. Mills.
Carlton Mills from South Cape. I was had the pleasure of working with Mr. Tuss. I joined the staff in 81. I only stayed for a year, though. Yes. I was off in 82 and then came back in 85.
Yeah, that's the year we graduated. Yeah. Well, what did you teach?
Oh, sorry, history.
History. It wasn't only history. Was it just history? Was nothing else? No? Oh.
From first to fifth form.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talk about you. Some of my classmates we met last week, we talked about, they said the way you taught history made us remember everything. But I'm not going to go into that. You'll watch the video. All right. Now, Mr. Mills, the brother of Dr. Mills.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't recall teaching you guys,
Yeah, you did. You did.
Okay. That was my first year. So
we were in Form 2.
Oh, that was okay. And when I came back, I caught you guys in Form 5.
Yeah.
Form 2, I remember Form 5.
Yeah. Remember several of us came first in an assay test? Everybody said, Mr. Mills cheat, Mr. Mills cheat. All right, Mr. Mills, Ollie Mills. Tell us. Mm-hmm.
Right. I think at Pierson High, as it was called then. It built on my professionalism. As a matter of fact, it enriched it. There was a positive learning atmosphere, good cooperation between and among lecturers and students. Well, of course, with the student body, you will always have deviancy.
Yeah.
Which makes education interesting, right? And but it was a real positive learning for me and the students, I would say, because I remember I used to teach English language, literature, and religious studies.
Yes.
Right, and I remember once I taught religious studies out on the porch light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right, that we had there. And it was nice because it was a nice cool breeze and, everybody felt relaxed and it's different from the classroom there, which is so formal and could be, stultifying to some extent. Right, but I really enjoyed it. And I would say staff relationship, as I hinted a while ago, was quite positive. And also I look forward to actually going to my classes to teach this.
Yeah, we look forward to you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Made us laugh.
Happy so much. Thanks.
Yeah. All right, Dane. Oh, you finished?
Yes, and Yes, I will always remember Pierson High School.
Yeah.
And the students that I interacted with. That's where always a central part of my total educational experience.
I believe that.
Yes.
Anything else?
Myrtle Mills. Teaching at Pierson High was my very first stop in Turks and Caicos, at South Caicos. And so South Caicos is really my favorite island.
Well, yes.
It's a family-orientated island, 1979.
Really? Oh my gosh. I was 9 years old. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then I left in 85.
That's the year we left high school.
Right.
Okay.
And so at Pierson High, it was Mr. Knight was the principal.
Yes.
And so the subjects that I taught, it depends because with a small school, you have to be prepared to teach different subjects when they show up. But the main subject that he had for me was accounts. That was the main subject. And then I would teach maths in the law classes. And I think those were the two subjects that he would have me teach.
Yeah, we came from primary school and we didn't know anything about, we had one teacher for each class.
Yeah.
When we came to high school, we had
Different
teachers. So that was a new thing for us. And when accounting was introduced, I fell in love with accounting. And that's why I'm an accountant today because of you teaching us accounting. And I want to say thank you very much.
Yes, I had a good class.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Yes, that was a good class. It was really, because I remember that year, everybody passed.
Yeah. We really loved accounting.
Yeah, it was a good class.
And then, of course, we have Miss Claire. Miss Claire was also my primary school teacher as well. She was my grade 5 teacher in primary school.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, well, I recall my days at Pierson High School. I started, Mr. Knight was there, but my first tenure was short, and I can recall the late Conrad Heats. Both of us did geography. He coaxed me into being around him doing geography, but I enjoyed it, and then I left, went off to school and came back, and I taught most of my students office practice, then now it's office administration, and of course typing. And I had a whale of a time with some of my students. I can tell you lots and lots of stories about them. Well, I was a disciplinarian, and I still am. I'm an educator, once a teacher, always a teacher. And today I conduct training sessions, and I think that part of me comes out. But I had some characters that I had to deal with, and I could recall Mr. Knight supposed to throw McAllister and Tyrone out of school.
Piper.
Yes, and I pleaded with them. I said, Mr. Knight, don't throw these boys out. Leave them to me and I will deal with them. Wow. But, I dealt with them. I disciplined them. But I look back today and I say, wow, Tyrone is gone. But McAllister's a successful businessman. And he always says to me, he says, Miss Claire, thank you for teaching me how to type. And I had a lot of students who accused me of just cracking their fingers with a ruler. Well, of course, when you're typing, you have to use your 8 fingers. You just can't ping, 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 ping all over the place.
That's not typing.
No, you have to type. So I had some good days. When I look back, and today, particularly on the island of Probe, I've been with pride to see my students all over the workplace. And it gives me a sense of accomplishment. I did something. And even now, when I say, Miss Claire, and they would always say, thank you. And of course, I always remember the late Darren Hillier. I taught him business. And Darren was troublesome. He always felt like I was unfair to him. And I said, Darren, it can't work like that. With CXC, you got to do your SBA. So it's your SBA and the total marks for exam. But he felt like I cheated him out of a 1 in office procedures. And he never let it go. But it was a pleasure. All I explained to him, I said, oh, you had favorites. I don't think so. It's the personality of my students. You had those who are quiet and were doing. Then you had the devious ones. I could tell you, I had some of them. But I dealt with them. But I enjoyed my days at Pierson High and Marjorie Basden High. We carried the banner back then. And I am eternally grateful.
We are grateful to all of you as well. So Mr. Dawson, Mr. Mills, how do you think teaching has changed? Because that was in the 80s. I mean, I don't know what you guys are doing now, but how do you think it was now compared to what's that back then to now? What would you say about the teaching aspect?
Go ahead, Mr. Mills.
Dr. Mills?
Oh, me. Oh, sorry. I thought you referred to Ali.
No, you and yeah.
I think when we were trained, I think there was more emphasis placed on you got more practical aspect, and it better prepared you, I think, for the classroom. Today, you know, for example, you did 2 years in college, and then you did a year of internship. Plus, during that 2-year period, you had what they call teaching practice and so forth, right? I am not sure. I know that they don't have that 1-year internship for one reason. And when you had that 1 year of internship, you were being supervised. There was someone I'm speaking about my experience in Jamaica. There was someone from the within the school itself that you worked at that supervised you, whether it's the principal or the vice principal, and guided you along, looking at your lesson plans and so forth. Then you'd have somewhat from the institution itself, right? So I think you were better prepared as teachers, okay, and than you are today because of the more exposure you got, the more experience. You came into the classroom actually with a year of experience or a year plus. And then going back to home, South Caicos, you had smaller classrooms, and you taught mostly Turks and Caicos Islanders. So you didn't have the
language barrier?
exactly. You didn't have that language barrier. You didn't have all those nationalities to deal with. So you basically was able to pitch your teaching at one particular level, right? But now it's more challenging.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. What about you, Mr. Das? I know you all have to leave soon, so that's why I want to talk to you first.
See, it was my beginning career of my teaching in Turks, about 5 years. It was different. Luckily, it's a good learning experience for me. At the same time, the classroom environment was different than what we have today in anywhere at any part of the world. So, learning to become a teacher, it's very easier in Turks and Caicos Islands, which was really helping me. But good thing, in my kind of subjects I teach is mostly content focused, right? So the math really easy to teach for me. Was the students were very comfortable learning. It depends on the content, I can say.
Yeah.
Math was easy. Then science little. 1 year to 1 year I was teaching physics, but mostly my 5 years is math teaching.
Yeah.
Then I continued teaching in the United States. I did all my teaching here too, including college. And I did some higher education. What Carlton Mills saying is same. The training part almost same everywhere, even Jamaica and United States. They're similar, how they train the teachers. But no matter what, when you go to the classroom, the teachers are different. You really who you are looking in front of you. They are, making you as a good teacher or a poor teacher or bad teacher. Yeah. These days, discipline issue is different for all the teachers in any part of the world. But South Caicos, those days was really good because the administrators like Mr. Knight and his staff, they were very supportive of teachers.
Yeah.
So the teachers could do a better job at the time. Now is too many diversions for teachers now to focus on the teaching, like parents and the school board and the other discipline issue and things like that. But, as long as we enjoy teaching, I love my content.
Yeah.
I try to focus even I get some benefit out of the student learning. I really happy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But that's, is teaching, not many teachers quit. Like Ms. Claire saying, once a teacher, you always teacher.
Yeah.
Without teaching, that's how we are in this field.
Yeah.
So when I see, like I said before, when I saw my graduates coming out and do better after 5-10 years, and I'm seeing them in different field and use the education to move up, that really make the teacher's life happy. I did something, in some students' lives. So I'm happy about that. I retired not as a because of my age or something, but I have to retire, forced to retire because I got some sickness.
Oh.
But I love teaching all this time. I didn't go to another job even though I had an opportunity, but I enjoyed teaching, and I was proud to be a teacher. And I retired as a teacher, and I can go back. If I go back to work, I can go and teach anything.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. Oh,
thank you.
Joe Beach.
Thank you. I know,
Okay.
I know you have to leave soon, so I want to ask you this question. It's been 40 years since we graduated. We went to high school from 1980 to 85. When you think of our class of 85, any memories that you remember about our class?
It's quite a long time.
I know it's a long time. Yeah.
Quite a long
Yeah.
time. You know how many years now, right?
I know. I know you try your best to teach us physics, and you put us off the GC, but we didn't pass. I remember you put us off. When results came back, we all got you. Ungraded. That you means ungraded, right? That was Sancho, Mr. Das. You tried, and we want to thank you. We want to thank you for at least trying with the physics class. But we just get it. The math was good. The math was very good, but the physics we just couldn't get it. But you still allow us to take the external exam.
If we had some more time, we could have established some good.
That's true too. We didn't have enough time. That is true. That is true. Yeah, Dr. Mills, I know you have to leave soon. Any memories? Our class had a lot of memories of you. Do you have any memories?
I'm still trying to remember teaching you guys.
All right, Ronald Reagan.
I remember the one when where you said that a couple of you got this cape. They were about three or so who got the same grade.
Yeah, 7.
That is possible.
Yeah, what happened was, Mr. Mills, what happened was, let me jerk your memory. One time, about 2 people came first, and we said, you cheated.
Oh.
And so we took the exam again in Easter. And you say, Drex, they still say cheating? And you made 7 of us came first. And you say, Drex, they still say cheating?
And ask him to, what you call it, to work it out like how CXC works it out in order to determine up students.
Yeah. But we remember what you taught us, though.
Yeah, but I remember, and when I came back, I think it was in '85 when Mr. Gale took over.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember who was your history teacher at the time.
Yeah, we had already graduated when you came back because Mr. Knight was still our principal.
No, okay. Oh, yes, that's right, because I came.
Yeah, what happened was, Mr. Mills, Dr. Mills, 6 of us came back to school. We graduated in '85, and about 6 or 7 students came back because there's nothing for us to do. And I think that's when you came back.
You only came back to do geography because you all were entered for basic geography.
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
No, what happened? Because I had an issue with Mr. Prasad. I recall having an issue with Mr. Prasad over that. Mm-hmm. And my was that after teaching you for 5 years, why is it that he was doing that all the time with all the students?
Putting us in the basic instead of general.
Putting up that in fit form for basic instead of general. Yeah. And I had an argument in staff meeting over that.
Yeah.
I was almost taken to in a way, but I was almost slaughtered as a result of my opinion.
All right.
But it could have been done in 5 years, and because all of the students had to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of us came back. Mm-hmm. Well, I want to thank you, Mr. Dust. I know your time is up, and I'll continue with Mr. and Mrs. Mills and Ms. Claire. Any closing remarks you want to say before you leave? Because I know you have to leave it soon. Any closing remarks, Mr. Dust, Mr. Mills?
I just want to thank you once again for this opportunity to reflect. I didn't realize it was 40 years ago you graduated from high school.
Yeah.
I want to think how long ago it was for me. But I commend you for this show, and it shows your appreciation for us.
Absolutely.
I want to wish you all the best in your career as you continue to launch out on basically your own and your company.
Yes. Thank you. Mr. Das?
Yeah, same thing here. I'm glad you gave this opportunity, which I don't know how many students brought me back to their place like this. So it is really wonderful what you are doing, Drexel. And I remember me and you also had a personal.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, get over, but your family, man, all your kids, all the students supported you very well, because that's the one thing I like about South Cape Coast, the family.
Yeah.
All the families I know they're related, but they're all together.
Yeah. My mom came to this.
I will become part of that South Cape Coast, during my 5 years, which I cannot forget. But I had a good opportunity with working with Mr. Mills and Mrs. Mills and Carlton Mills. And, many of the families there, I still remember Bassett family, all the airport and the 2 small supermarkets. And I will not forget the bars in the night. Friday, Saturday, I remember even on a small theater, we watch movies. But Sunday, man, I will never forget. No other island like this. All the churches open, and all of them, mostly families. Ladies and the children go to the churches, It was really a remarkable experience I had in South Cape Coast. And I never forget. But it's a wonderful opportunity for me, work there, and also taught those kids and see those kids today were very successful. And I'm glad, Drexel, for inviting me for this opportunity. And I'm really, really happy to see my fellow teachers who are sitting there right in this meeting. It was nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day now. I'll continue the conversation with the rest of the teachers that are here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right.
Now, Miss Claire, you have something from, if you could read that, Miss Secret Mills Johnson, she was not able to be here, but she wrote a reflection. I appreciate you could read that first, please.
Sure. It says, reflection and congratulations. After a 35-year teaching career and thousands of students, it is impossible to remember what each student was like. However, students who were exceptional in academics, extracurricular activities, demeanor, personality, and positive social interactions tend to leave great and lasting memories in the mind of a teacher. Drexel is one of those students who falls into those categories. My memory of his intellectual acuity, curiosity, determination to excel, honesty, impeccable behavior, friendliness, and leadership qualities remain clear. Amicable is a word that comes to mind when I think of Drex's personality. I recall seeing him come to class well prepared, books and writing utensils, completed homework assignments, and an eagerness to learn. He participated appropriately in class discussions with well thought of ideas and possible solutions to problems. Drex established the positive relationships with his peers and was always respectful and friendly to his teachers, as well as other members of the school community. I am extremely pleased to congratulate Drex on his 40th year of graduation from Pierson High School and the important, impressive, and impactful career path that he has chosen. I am so pleased and proud that he is making a difference in the lives of so many people. Congratulations again, Drex, on the 40th year anniversary of your high school graduation. May God continue to bless you as you continue to touch the lives of so many individuals.
Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Claire, for reading that. That is from Ms. Stiggis. She taught us sciences. Yeah, biology and biology. I think she taught us English at one point as well. Okay. Yeah, but she was our science teacher. Thank you. I think she has retired now as well, you know. And now, so, but there's just us here now because the rest of the team had to go. I just want to say thanks again to all of you guys being very impactful. I asked them, Mr. Dawson and Dr. Mills, how the teaching has changed. I mean, how do you think it has changed now compared to what it was back then, the profession?
I think basically there are certain elements that have remained the same in that some teachers, even teaching generally, right?
Yes,
For instance,
in general.
right, in general, right. The methods of teaching, I think, have carried over into this modern period as well still. But there are differences in the sense that, one, you have teaching is seen as, and my other two colleagues would probably agree with me, teaching generally still is seen as conveying information. You know, giving information to people, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas one of the modern approaches is to have analysis and discussion that and debate, that kind of thing, and letting students do more research and presentation to other students for evaluation and that kind. So in that sense, then you have the teacher and the students and the subject interacting at different levels, and hence broadening the mind and presenting new perspectives on the particular subject area.
Yeah, and then you have different tools now too.
And too, yes.
Because before, you know, we don't have. I didn't even know we had a copy. Did we have even a photocopy at our school? I didn't even know we had a photocopier. You know,
Not at that time.
yeah, you know, you know, and everybody got their laptops you could work with. You got you didn't have internet, you know, but yet, you know, you guys were very impactful, and we did well
The children.
despite the technology backwardness, whatever, you know. So
Yes.
now before we go, I just want us to take 1 minute to remember Miss Goff,
Yes.
Mr. Conrad Higgs, and Mr. Blake. That's the only three teachers I can remember during our period who have passed away. Mr. Blake taught us Spanish. Miss Goff taught us Spanish. Mr. Higgs taught us geography. And of course, when I met with my classmates, the only thing they remember Mr. Higgs is cocoa grows in Ghana. So he taught everybody. He taught everybody the same thing. That's why I was surprised to Miss Claire said she taught geography too. I don't know what you taught, but Mr. Higgs just taught us cocoa grows in Ghana. That's all we remember. That's all we remember from Mr. Conrad Higgs. So just 1 minute of silence to remember those teachers. Thank you. Of course, you know, they've been very special to me, especially Miss Scott.
Yeah,
You know, she was like my mother, actually. Yeah. So I even went to a funeral in Belize because it was hard on me. She died in her sleep. And so that was very hard on me, but I'm grateful. She knows. I was grateful that, you know, teaching me. Because of Miss Goff's Spanish, I still remember Spanish.
Nice.
And it's been 40 years, and I still remember some of the words. I'm not fluent, but I remember some of the words because of what she taught us, you know, in Spanish, you know. Yeah. So, Ms. Mills, what do you...
And Miss Goff and your relationship went beyond school
Yes.
because she took interest so much like your son.
Yeah.
Because she would always say, Myrtle, have you heard from Drex? And she would bring me up to date and what are you doing? And she really, really took her like a little son. She really loved her. And I know it was a loss.
Yeah,
It was a fatal.
You heard Mr. Dust over the incident, right? I can't remember what happened, but something happened, and Mr. Dust, something happened. I was being, I guess, rude. And Mr. Dust must see punch, and boy, Jack's going. I went home. You know, my mother don't play. I went call my mom.
Self-kickers mothers don't play.
I went call my mother, Janie. My mother was in that school in 5 minutes, and boy, that was something. And Mr. Knight says, Sonny Jim, if you'd have come to my office, I'd have cane you.
You said that to your mommy?
No, Mr. Knight told me that.
Okay.
You know, he liked to be with the kids.
Yes.
Yeah, he liked to be with the kids.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, that was something. I can't remember what the incident was, but something I did that ticked Mr. Dust off.
But from primary school up to the high school, I don't know about the college, I assume it is. A self-kicker's mother, once she has an issue with her child and her teacher, she marches up to the institute.
Yeah.
And confronts them, you know. that was good because I think in the sense that
Security for the
yes,
child.
yes, and it planted a certain level of assertiveness
Yeah.
on the part of the student, and also a protection that there's someone there to.
And Ms. Claire, I want to thank you too, because one day somebody put me up their class. Maybe it's Mr. Mills, I know somebody put me in their class. And I didn't want to stand aside, and Ms. Claire, you allowed me to stay in your class. Thank you very much. Ms. Claire, you can stay here, Drax. You can stay inside. I don't know if you're wrong, but thank you, Ms. Claire.
I would have only done that if you were an excellent student.
Yeah, so Mr. Mills, if Mr. Knight had seen me out, I might have get beat up. Ms. Claire allowed me to stay in because I didn't take typing. But I went into, he allowed me to come into your class. So
That's one thing in those days. Mr. Knight didn't play with the cane. He's always walking with his cane.
Disciplinarian. Need to have
Yeah.
to play.
He's walking with his cane.
yeah. Well, what do you guys think about beating, though? You think that's effective in beating students?
You have to be selective,
Yeah.
and it can help in some cases. Because in those back in the 80s, it's not that we didn't have any rude children in school, but you guys were respectful. You know what I mean? Because I have few, and as I told you, I remember those girls, but they would never disrespect you. You know, but now children will talk to you in your face.
Yeah. That's sad, though.
Yeah, they talk. There's just and some of the parents are no better.
Yeah.
Because they're reaching school the first thing, and before that, children.
It's like they're encouraging the children.
And at home, they eat the teacher for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So the children heard, and they come back to school
Same thing.
with that attitude. You see, so that's another,
I think times have changed. Back then, when we were in South Caucus, it was a community and it took a village.
Right.
Because once I can recall when we were in Pierson High, when you go home, I remember one time, Miss Wesley, we used to have inspections in school. And I think she would come and she'd check your skirt.
That's the principal's wife?
Yes, Pastor Wesley's wife. And if that skirt wasn't below the knee, she'd just take a finger and she'd just rip it out. Send you to the mission house, which was next door, fix it, and then you get back.
Really?
Yes. And I don't think our parents had a problem with that. But you could have never gone home to your father or mother
and tell them.
or you're going to get another something on you.
Yes.
So back then at Pierson High School, it was a disciplined environment. Even when, you had Mr. McKinley and Mr. Rose and all of those teachers. And all the parents supported the teachers. You couldn't go home then and say, well, teacher this or that or no. So you had the backing from the community.
Yes.
Nowadays it's different. And some students are mischievous. I wouldn't say rude, mischievous. But still, like Miss Mills said, they respected you.
Yeah.
And that made a big difference.
Yeah.
And the teaching learning situation.
Yeah.
But nowadays, as Mr. Mills touched on, multicultural. You have every nation under God you have to teach. Different morals, different beliefs, and these are the things you have to cope with.
That's true.
When I came to Provo, I was an adjunct lecturer at the community college. I was at the community college on secondment for 2 years, and that was really an eye-opener for me. And
How do you teach there?
I taught, I was attached to the department with Mrs. Miss Huston, with tourism.
Oh, okay.
And the Turks and Caicos and all of that. I taught that, like know your Turks and Caicos and so forth. And then a little bit of office administration. It was rough, but the students were completely different. They were, some of them were complacent. And with the age of technology, everybody had their phone, their laptop, and they would sit down and, I listened, miss. How you could be listening on your mobile phone. Yeah. So things has changed.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, it's completely different. But you have to have the support of the parents and your village. If you ain't got it, it's going to be a problem. Yeah. And I think back then in South Caucus, we have that. When I look back at those days, we had good students. And they're all over Provo now, have got, good positions. And, when you see them, you be with pride. That you had a part and their upbringing and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So, it gives you a sense of satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
And I think that's one of the rewards of being a teacher.
Yes.
You may not get paid well,
Yes.
but the satisfaction in your students and in their
That's
performance.
the reward.
that's the
Because
reward.
if you're going to go and teaching because of the money, don't. No, because there's none.
That's right.
It's true. The only satisfaction is when you see someone out there and you said you play a part in the life of that person. And most of them appreciate you of it. They will come and they will call you and they say you thanks. And some say, oh, sorry for not learning when you were I was in your class, to me, but that's how it is.
Yeah. So what do you think we need to do to attract more teachers in the profession? Because there are some teachers, especially local teachers, who will go in, right, as teachers, and then they would resign.
They don't stay.
What do you think we need to do to attract and retain teachers in the profession, particularly?
I think because back then, it was basically nursing, teaching. You were so limited. You see what I mean?
right.
So now you have choices.
Yeah.
And those choices, they pay you more, they have more incentive, they so much more.
So we need to pay the teachers
You
more
know,
there.
yes, but not necessarily. There must be some more incentives.
Benefit.
I think more benefits, more incentive, and there has to be some effort on the parents' part to really encourage the teachers. Sometimes it's discouraging.
Yeah.
So they really, really
And
discourage.
I think nowadays, Drax, where you're sending teachers home at 60.
Yes.
If I want to remain in the profession, allow me to say
I agree with you.
I can continue. But you have a healthy teacher going to sit down. And I said to my sister Maria, I said, you so busy now, you ain't doing nothing, you retired. She could still be in the
I agree
school.
with you, absolutely.
And I always say, if a teacher feels like, I'm healthy, I'm okay, I don't have any health issues, and I want to remain, you should give that teacher the opportunity to remain, even if to mentor these new teachers for coming out of college nowadays. I totally disagree with that.
I agree with you.
And you're sending devoted, teachers who have given their lives to the profession, just shipping them out.
Yeah,
They can still work.
I'm 100% on that. In fact, I plan on writing an article about that.
They can still work.
I feel that the civil servant should be given a choice. I don't think it should be mandatory that they go home at 60. If they want to go home at 60, that's fine.
Yes.
But allow them to work up to 65 they want to. This was disturbing about me one time was they sent 3 teachers from this particular primary school in Provo. And they had no replacement.
Wow.
They had no replacement. They sent the teachers home, and then when they realized there was a replacement, they called them back. He said, no, you already told me. You don't go home.
That's short-sighted.
But I believe that they should have a choice. Not just teachers, nurses, those servants. I think you should be given a choice whether you want to retire at 60 or not.
Yeah, but it must be a fair playing field.
Yeah.
Because you have some people who are 60. Every time you look, they're given a new job title. They can't go home, but other people can go home.
Right.
It is unfair.
That's
The
right.
playing field must be level. And I have the utmost respect for those teachers nowadays who struggle. And you hear their complaints, and it is, it's disheartening.
Yeah.
But back then, we worked with the little that we had.
Yes.
We produced and we were devoted to the profession. Nowadays, these teachers, but you can't blame some of them. They come, but they don't like bushcrack, they're gone.
Yeah.
So I think those teachers who are willing to work past the age of 60, they should be given the opportunity to remain in the profession.
I agree with you 100%. You'll see an article on me. I'm going to write an article about that, actually.
But not only that, too, Jax, for the government, it's better for the government.
Of course.
Because what you're going to do, you have a local teacher, is willing to continue, and you put that teacher and say, go home, and you recruit.
Yeah.
Of course.
You have to pay
With the
fare,
benefits.
you have
Yeah.
to
The
pay
benefits.
that. You have your local teacher who has invested all these years and is willing to continue, and you're going to say, we no longer need you.
Yeah. Well, watch out for my article then. I write about that. Actually.
All right.
I thought about
I will be looking.
Well, I don't miss your thing. Hey, I just make sure I read your articles in the newspaper. Oh, yeah, I keep up with that, Mr. Mills, also.
Yes.
Yes, I keep up with that, and sometimes I sit at my desk and I said, wow, And I do, go to the newspapers because it's educational. You hear someone else's point of view. And I think here too, we need to respect other people's point of view.
Yeah.
We can disagree to agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Mills may be an Adventist. He may have a different view from my religion. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We have to learn how to respect one another.
Yes,
And I
that's it.
think that is lacking in today's society.
Yeah, that's true.
You speak up, they label you. No.
Yeah.
Everybody, this is a democracy.
Yeah.
And I always say that. So allow people, you can express your views respectfully, but you have to respect one another's opinions.
Exactly.
I was reading something the other day. This writer was saying, with respect to retirement, said that it's time that we retire retirement.
Retirement. It's a good one. So I am now 55. Of course, by the way, y'all look the same. Y'all haven't aged at all. Honestly. I was walking Miss Clay up to the room and the receptionist say, "Oh my, that's your teacher? She look younger than you." But y'all haven't aged. And of course, some of us, some of my classmates are 56, some are 57, because I was one of the youngest, when I graduated. Now, looking back, right, I'm 55. What would you say to a teenage Drexel, what advice would you give to me as, say, I was a teenager?
You have to be disciplined.
Disciplined.
You have to know what you want. Set your goals. And I say to people, like, I have my own company now, Mr. Mills. I have a training company. Is Training, where I do customer service, professionalism, anything the private sector, the public sector wants me to do, I tailor it to suit them. And I always say begin with the end in mind.
Okay.
You have to know what you want. You have to set your goals. If you don't have any goals, you're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
So you have to work towards those goals. And I say that too. When I do training sessions at my company, when I do private training, I say, where do we go from here? What are you going to do? What will be your contribution to nation building? Question mark. So that's something to think about. So, we have to guide our young people in that direction.
That's very
What are your goals? Where do you go from here? Or you'll be like a nomad, wandering all over the place. You don't know what to do.
Yeah. And your goals could change, because some may say, well, I don't know what I want to do. But at that moment, you probably know something you want to do.
Yes.
And you can always change it, but at least have something in mind, like in the square.
Of course.
On that pass.
Yeah.
Miss Mills?
Based on that too, do not limit yourself. Especially now, we have so many choices.
Yes.
Try to gain as much knowledge, and whichever area that you find that you enjoy, go there.
Yes.
Because if you're in a job and you're not enjoying it, quit. That's slow death.
Yes.
You're not supposed to be in a job that you get up and say,
Yes, I say that to most people. And you have to say, another day I can't. And I always say to people when I do my training,
slow death.
if you don't want to be there, leave.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating for you to resign right away. But if you can't enjoy it, leave. And you have too many people in the public sector that's carrying that weight. And you say, why don't they? No. I got my mortgage to pay.
Security.
I got my bills to pay.
No, security.
So,
but then they don't provide the service because
very
they're there and they're just doing it because they mortgage, they don't like what they're doing. When you go to them, it's like they're doing you a service. What do you want now? The attitude spills over. Right? So if you're not enjoying something, don't
leave.
Yeah, they don't want to feel too because you think it makes a lot of money.
Yes.
You don't still like it because it's a big thing in society.
Right.
Do what you want to do.
Do what you want.
Enjoy what you want to do. That's the advice I give people.
Yes.
So people feel pressure by society. Oh, I gotta be a lawyer. I gotta be a doctor. No. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Don't do it.
And as parents, we need to stop choosing careers for our children. We need to stop it.
Yes.
I can recall, I have twin girls. Everybody knows that.
Of course.
Tiandra came to me one day and she said, Mommy, I want to be an engineer. I said, girl, get from Mommy.
Really?
Yes. And she came to me the second time and she said, I think I ain't going to be an engineer like my dad. I said, I don't want to hear it.
Why, Miss Claire?
And the third time she said to me, Mommy, I want to be an engineer, not you. And the light bulb went off in my head.
So why why you didn't want to? Why you told to get from you?
That's a long story.
Oh.
Long story. So that light bulb went off, and it made me realize this is what she wants to do.
Right.
Not what I want her to do. So we need to, when the kids say something, oh, I don't want my child to do home economics in school. I made sure my daughters did home economics because I know I wasn't going to be able to cook for them all the rest of my life. While they were in Canada, they would call, Mommy, how do you do this? How you cook okra and rice? How you cook this? So I made sure they did home economics. Some parents don't want their children to be in home economics class, which is foolishness.
Because they look down as
Yes. But allow them so they will learn how to cook, how to bake, and when they would have left the comforts of home, they'll be able to cook away.
Guess what? You know, so many private chefs are doing so
Oh,
well.
yes. Of course. Of course.
You know, the plumbers are doing well.
That's another
Carpenters are doing well.
Skills.
They're doing more. In fact, they are making more money.
Of course.
Than those.
who dress up in your
Yes.
coat and go. But a lot of parents will say, I send you to school for 5 years and you're going to plumbing?
Yes.
Are you going to mechanic?
I think
This
changed,
is
though.
it's just the perception that they have.
Yes. Yes.
These things, you know.
But allow your children to choose their own careers. Whether it's a chef, an electrician, or a plumber. Trust me.
I agree.
Those are the people with the skills and they make the money.
And those are the things you need.
Yes.
But all of the construction about
In
that,
today's society, yes.
you have to bring people in because
Yes.
they're not.
Exactly.
Mr. Mills, want to add to that conversation?
Yeah, I think it's great. And the thing it is, too, that the students themselves with their technological devices and so on, they know exactly what the society requires, what business and other areas require in terms of skills and knowledge and so on. So that is why they come with these sort of things. But if we have traditional parents, see like law and that sort of thing and being a doctor and so on, which I still regard it as.
I mean, if they want to do it, that's fine. But if you don't want to do it, don't,
Yeah.
Yeah, because we do need the lawyer, we need the doctors, but don't pressure them to be in that.
Right.
They don't want to.
Agree.
Because your child is
Yes,
say you
yes.
do that.
I always say to most of my students, I said, you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, why? Well, my friend want to be a lawyer. I said, but you got lawyer brains. Okay? No, I'm honest. I said, this child is a friend, it's an A student. So, you got to be up there because law and medicine requires a lot. So some students, they ain't got it. So you have to sit them down, give them a little peck, look, you ain't got it. Use your hands.
Yeah.
Some students, I remember back at Pierson High where they used to do the leather craft. Remember Ms. Mills? Produce leather products and passport holders and all of that. Fine stuff.
Some children with those
are
skills.
gifted with their hands. There's no shame in that.
And you can tell from a very young age.
Yes. Whatever your ability is, what God has given you. And I always say, if you don't use it, He's going to take it away from you. So you have to use it.
It's true. Well, I want to thank y'all very much. This has been such a great reflection. Very good reflection. I'm grateful, I'm grateful for God allowing us, for our paths to cross. If you have any closing remarks like to share before we conclude the show, closing remarks.
Okay, well, I said, Drex, appreciate your having us this afternoon, and it was a pleasure sharing and remembering good old days. I must say, good old days. And I'm proud of you, Drex. I really do. Because I remember you one time I went by Miss Goff and I see you right now sitting at the table with Miss Goff. So, the Lord has brought you a mighty long way and you continue
Grateful.
to really show your appreciation.
Yes.
And may He continue to strengthen you and keep you as you make your mark in society.
The thing,
All right, Mr. Right.
and you seem to be growing younger.
Oh.
Giving you the compliment.
which the changing times contribute to as well. And you seem very self-assured and very self-directed as well, which are good qualities for a good manager. and the good qualities for a society to have in order to move from one stage to the other. Right, and therefore benefit those people that it produces. Thank you.
Well, Drex and I have a very special relationship, and I'm thankful for him. And I read his columns every time the newspaper's out. We have a good relationship, and I am proud of you to know that I had played a role in your development. I can recall when he was going away to college. And he said to me, I said, okay, we got to get everything together, all his papers and everything. And you never know who life you would touch as a teacher. And I think, we need to be more grateful and thank our teachers. You don't have to, just a rose would do sometimes. Or, whatever it is, just say, hi. I went to South Cakers for the last 2 funerals, and I can tell you, I had more hugs and kisses. Everybody was Miss Clear. I was standing up at the airport one day. Somebody went to lift me up and say, hey, who this? And I looked around, it was one of my past students. So you beamed with pride to know that I had a part in his or her development. And I want to encourage all the young men. Drex is a part of us. He's made his part in his role and played a role in society. And we need to support our own. We need to support our own. We have persons, in the community. I look back at McAllister, one of my troublesome students. When I look at him, I beam the pride. Yes.
He said you were a spirit teacher, though.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. But, and there's so many of them, from the airport right up everywhere I go in the banks, and it's a pleasure, when you can look back and say, yes, I have done this, and it makes you proud. So I'm appealing to our parents. Join with your teachers. It takes a village. Yes. And we know that in South Cakers because we know how we were brought up and we know how the Pierson High, Marjorie Basden High School DNA was. So I want to say thank you, and it was a pleasure seeing Mr. Doss again and hearing from my 2 cousins. Yes. I haven't seen Mr. Mills in ages, but it was a pleasure to see you and Miss Mills. And may God continue to bless all of us.
Of course.
Yes, that's good.
Thank you all again. Thank you for watching the show. And I hope that this show inspires many people watching the show, that they will encourage their teachers. And just say thank you.
Yes.
Don't take anything for granted. Our teachers play a very important part in our lives. I don't remember all our teachers, but I know we had Evangelist Mr. Blade, Evangelist Doc, Miss Goff. I know we had Mr. Asrigato. We had this
Prasad.
Which is Prasad. We had Mr. Frankston. We had Miss Forbes, Miss Cheryl Forbes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she couldn't be here today. We had Sonia Williams. We had Mr. Toy. I don't remember all the
Glasgow.
Mr. Glasgow, yes.
Mrs. Glasgow.
And Mrs. Glasgow. We also have Mr. Junie Forbes.
Yes.
He taught us woodworking, tactical drawing. And I also want to say hi to the primary school teachers. I think my grade 1 teacher was Miss Stubbs, Iris Stubbs, Saunders, right? Saunders Stubbs. And then my grade 2 teacher was Miss Balliol, which is Mrs. Durham now. My grade 3 teacher was Miss Donna Pension, Miss Mills. And then my grade 4 teacher was Maria Claire. My grade 5 teacher was Blythe Claire. And then my grade 6 teacher was Mr. George Fulpit, who was also the principal. Yeah. So thank you all for the lives that you have impacted us. We really appreciate you. I know sometimes we may think we don't appreciate you. We really appreciate you. It had not been for you, we would not be where we are today.
Thank you.
Because our parents didn't know anything, really. Yes. They had limited knowledge. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of experience and, and stuff like that. But they didn't have, some of our parents even, didn't even finish school. But you were able to, even help us with our homework. Right now, we have a lot of parents who are helping their students with their homework. Our parents can do that for us, but they made sure we did it.
Yes.
And so I want to thank you all.
Yes.
And all those people out there who are, having sacrificed being a teacher. If you want to be a teacher, be a teacher.
Yes.
If that's what you want to do, do it.
Yeah.
Don't let the money turn you off. I know the cost of living is very high in Turks and Caicos, but I believe the government recently had a major increase in salaries for the teachers. So I hope it's more than enough. But please do not be discouraged. We thank you, teachers. Thank you. And to all my classmates of 1985, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.